What is our true commitment in this life, in this lifetime? Is the commitment to the peripheral, the seeking of comfort, the seeking of filling the hole of unworthiness or not enoughness? Is it to the position taking that gives a sense of temporary grounding or temporary power that comes from self-righteousness and so on? Or is the commitment to truth? Not truth as a landing place, as a destination, but as an ongoing discovery in the midst of our everyday experience. Is it a commitment to the truth of the discovery of beingness that is always here? It's commitment, even though the mind can't conceptualize it, understand it, it may have ideas about it, but perhaps we have unpacked that mythology a little bit in these weeks that we've been together, to the possibility that the truth of beingness is an open space of awareness that is ever present, ever intimate, that includes all things but is not caused by things. This commitment is like a fire. We say the fire of truth. And why do we say the fire of truth? Because once that commitment is made, and that's the same as the longing to come home, a longing that doesn't remain in some kind of fantasy world, but it comes from the depth of you, like a deep prayer, a deep opening, a deep allowing. It's like a fire, that longing, that commitment is like a fire, because it purifies anything in its path that is not that. And that fire doesn't have to be violent in any way. In fact, it's not violent. It might seem scary to the mind or threatening to the mind, but it's not. It's simply a clearing of the way. Burning through false perceptions, false ideologies, false identities. And that's the doorway to love. Truth and love are two sides of the same coin. The birth of love comes through the doorway of truth. Truth and love are both two sides of the coin of beingness. They are the same as beingness. this love, this birth of love, is really a frequency field. Yes, the frequency field of beingness, which is a visceral, energetic, very subtle texture or knowing that we actually access when we're partially just under the radar of sleep and or awakeness, either just before waking up or just before going to sleep. They're powerful portals into this. In other words, when we're deeply relaxed, when the mind hasn't taken grasp of either thinking yet or perception, That's why when we're deeply relaxed in a zone through a massage or something like that, we go into this kind of sub-sleep. It's not quite sleep, but there's this beautiful expansion, energetic expansion. This is love. We don't always have to feel it so viscerally, but it becomes to be known and recognized when we move away from it in everyday life. So this is the job now, if you like. This is the task, to recognize it in the midst of the fully awake life. Yes, the awakened life, not sleeping. And to recognize it. And this is what we have been pointing to. It's a frequency field. So we each become a frequency holder. That frequency holder, a word that is much aligned because it often implies to New Age beliefs. We all believe the same thing and whatever it might be. This is cutting through belief systems. We're actual frequency holders in our own life, in our own Sangha. The Sangha begins with you from within, the inner environment, and then the outer environment. So making the commitment to the truth of beingness is a very powerful birthing of a new frequency. And in this way, perhaps, not perhaps, but yes, it is so, you are able to meet everything that arises, whether it's a felt sense, a feeling, an experience, a circumstance, and the world, which is also in the realm of experience. We experience the world. We meet it intimately, without defense, without armoring, without obscuration. We just meet what is. And that what is without a story. We meet reality as it is, but without the story. And there's a great intimacy in that. And in that, dark, light, hellish, or heavenly, everything is metabolized through you. In the field of the deepest acceptance, which is love.